Hello, it's been a while, at least working on this project. So I only have um, 20 minutes before work, 25 minutes before work. So I wanted to get to this because I actually haven't got to this. I've been doing boot dev training. Um, I'm on object oriented programming, and I finished to build a book bot. So I'm on this, uh, learning about classes and inheritances. Yep, all the good stuff. So I've mostly been on that, and I haven't been back to Write Yourself a Git, which I've named Duh. Because, this was originally in the Git source code, the stupid content creator, so I decided to name it Duh. And it works. This is a different app, so let's cd to Duh. All right. We have Duh, just to show you. Pi Duh. If I can type. Init recording. And then we see we have a recording directory now. I think I showed this last time, but I still wanted to show that. So we're going to pick up where we left off on this. Let's see, Duh. We're going to pick up where we left on this, and actually, because I created an environment here, I should will this let me add it to create one, or do I need to copy it from elsewhere? I'm gonna copy it from elsewhere. Repositories. No. I'm all discombobulated this morning. What am I looking for? Okay, that's what I was looking for. Oops. Okay. So, all right. That took care of remove the Python environment directory. I did not want to push that. Okay, so we have our Duh repository, and I created issues for things to do, and I also have a to-do file, or in my README is a list of things to do. So next is recommit history. I think that's maybe what we'll have time for. I'm not like I'm coding this from scratch. I'm literally copying someone else's code. So recommit history is the next thing that we need to do. Yeah. Recommit history number 5. Close that. Oops. Okay, number 5, recommit history. This is a lot, so I'm not going to finish all of this. Um, that's a lot. Um, okay, so let's get started. Now that we can read and write objects, we should consider commits. Commit object uncompressed without headers look like this. Yep. Formatting. The format is simplified version of mail messages as specified in RFC. Yeah, the RFC gives all the details. It begins with a series of key pairs with the space key value ends with a commit message that may span over multiple lines. Values may continue over multiple lines. Subsequent lines start with a space, which the parser much dropped with, like GPT. Yeah, there's that space. Let's have a look at those fields. Tree. It's a reference to a tree object, the type of object that we'll see just next. A tree maps blobs IDs to file system location and describes the state of the work tree. Put simply, it is the actual content of the commit, file contents, and where they go. Parent is reference to the parent of this commit. Yep, it may be repeated. Merge commits, for example, have multiple parents. May also be absent. The very first commit in a repository doesn't have one. So generally when you see that, you're creating a branch and you're looking at history, you'll see that for first time of a branch or first push, it's going from, well, obviously for a branch, it's going from commit hash 0000000 to whatever that commit hash is. So that's how you can, if you're ever looking at output and you're saying it's going from ref 0000 to your commit hash, it's the start of the branch, the first push. All right, we'll start writing a simple parser for the format. The code is obvious. The name of the function we're about to create may be confusing. It isn't called commit parse because tags have the very same format. So we'll use it for both object types. Key, okay. So key value list with message is what they mean. And so what's this note? Object identity rules we use in ordered dictionary where keys are ordered, so fields always appear in the same order. This matters. You know, I just did this in one of the boot dev training. I don't remember it very much, but I had to order dictionary. This matters because Git has two strong rules about object identity. The first rule is that the same name will always refer to the same object. We've seen this one already. It's just a consequence of the fact that an object's name is a hash of its contents. Second rule is subtly different. The same object will always be referred by the same name. This means that there shouldn't be two equivalent objects under different names. This is why fields order matter. By modifying the order field appear in a given command, example, they would put in the tree after the parent, we'd modify the SHA-1 hash of the commit. When comparing trees, Git will assume that two trees with different names are different. This is why we'll have to make sure elements of the tree objects are properly sorted, so we don't produce distinct but equivalent trees. We're also going to need to write similar objects, so let's add this serialize function to our toolkit. It's very simple. We write all fields first, then a new line, the message, and a final new line. Okay. So actually this looks small, it's just all the comments. which it's good to actually write the comments out because it's also explaining. So you're writing out what it's doing, and so you can kind of understand it as you go along. But then you also get the more abstracted comments. So it's good to write those. So we'll just go until we can't anymore. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, wait, did I make, what did I do? Oh, I asked console.console. What was I doing with console in this? Okay. Import console. Oh, I think I was, I think I was trying to, in another project that you see, which project was it to do? I added console and theme to it. I guess I could just import rich itself, but so I added that so I can do I have my user input, so I can have different styling for the outputs and formatting. And so I define the styles up above, and I guess this is my ADD going, making me do other things. So the console output, well, it's main. Right, this the to do thing is the console output. So if I select exit, and then I can color the text. So that's what the console output was doing. You can do things with different exceptions. So I guess that's what I had. But the point was, is that I had to push a fix the other day because I was showing this to Fran, and it wouldn't build, or the get init, which I had previously, when I pushed that initializer repo that worked, then I created the readme, and then when I added the read and write objects, I introduced typos, of course, which broke it. And last night nope, it's this one. I renamed or fixed small format. I need to stop doing multiple things in a single. It's weird. Anyway, yeah, my argument, it was comma instead of a period, so it was breaking the init, so it couldn't run. But that's taken care of now. So, all right. We are return object write. We're going to begin another function, write object repo. And I got 10 minutes left. And what's sad is that I have a meeting at my 11-minute mark. First morning meetings are always something. Okay, so we're going to create this parser, and we're going to say start equals roots 0, comma, and then we're going to set this to none. So those are our requirements. So if not DCT, so if it's not set, we're going to set it to the ordered dictionary. Okay. DCT if not. So this is good. You cannot declare the. So shouldn't this be like, well, no, I guess it's specifically for that variable that you wouldn't add doc strings. I guess you could. Oh well, I'll not worry about that. You cannot declare the argument as dct equals ordered dictionary or all. Oops, or all are all called to the functions will endlessly grow the same dictionary. Okay. I'm going to change and and make this a document string. Because this explains the function. This function is recursive. It reads a key value pair, then call then call itself back with the new position. Okay. Okay. And then they're creating a new line. I got 5 minutes left. Okay. Oh, wait. the C, we search for the next space. It's the final message in the next new line. Okay. NPC, okay. Base case. Base case. Wait. If new line. Okay. We got that done. So that's interesting. We was able to get this done. This will be a silent edit for you, but I am going to go sign in to join my work meeting, and I'll come back at lunch and finish this. So it will be like magic. The only way you know is because you heard me talk. All right, let's pause. Okay, I'm back. To you, I never left. To me, it's been 7 hours, 6, 7 hours, 6 hours, 6, 7 hours. Anyway, I can't math. All right, let's see where I left off. I was able to get the base case. All right, so now we move to the recursive case. and getting that set up. Lots of comments. Cursive case. And we read a key value pair and recurse for the next. Key equals raw oops, wait. Okay. All right. Then find the end of the value. Continuation lines begin with a space. So we loop too many O's. So we loop until we find a line break. Okay, I've been trying to do a thing of using the single backticks or single quote because I like the way it actually looks in code. It just looks cleaner, and it also distinguishes itself from the triple backticks, a double quote and a backtick. Just at quick glance, it distinguishes itself from that. So in standalone, I'm finding that I lost my spot. Okay. I'm finding that I like the single, but the problem is I made the decision to switch to the backticks, but my hang-up was when you have to double quote something, like message here said, and then I have to double quote, no, right? And that's it. So I hate that. I hate having the double quote within the single ticks. I prefer it the opposite, that this be double quoted with the single tick on the inside. But I prefer how it looks with just the single tick for everything else. So I figured since it's going to be quite rare that I would have to write anything where I need to stack quotes, and if I do, then I'll switch to my preferred method and become inconsistent in that way. Just for my own stuff. Obviously, if you're in someone else's code, you need to follow whatever guidelines and structure they have so that it's all consistent. But for my own personal, where it's just me, that's how I'm going to work it. Ooh, I should create my own style guide. I like that idea. If you don't know, I have also am a editor. That's not what I do in my day job. I have a copy editing certification. So reading and implementing style guides when it comes to text is kind of my jam. I do enjoy editing books and stories, and one of the things that I enjoy about that is not only the puzzle of trying to get the language right, but the puzzle of trying to get the language right and trying to determine, what goes where, how it's going to be, what word works best, how would the reader interpret it. Another thing is that I like the technical aspect of it. I'll call it technical, and sussing out all the how everything is written. If they use a certain word or spelling of a word, ensure that that spelling is consistent throughout the novel or short story, whatever it is. Even if it goes against a style guide like CMOS, I use the Chicago Manual of Style. Even if it goes against that, the whole principle is to be consistent. I don't know why I'm talking about that, so let me shut up because I'm losing my spot. All right. Also drop the leading space. Continue. I didn't want. Why did I just do that? Continuation lines. So if key equals TC, where was okay, that's where it was. If key, okay, if key in dictionary, and so we have a nested if. If type DCT bracket key close bracket equal to list, then we append a value to that key. I actually need to practice dictionaries more. I continue to forget the syntax and how to handle appending and removing values from the key or from the dictionary. So I made a personal note, to get some exercises regarding dictionaries so that I can practice and become more familiar with how they work. Because I always forget. I'm like, how do you insert a value for a particular key? I can never remember the syntax. And I know there is a funky syntax. Maybe that's it. I know there was a funky syntax for having both the key and value. It's a something that I know that I do and need to correct and practice more, so that it becomes muscle memory. But the good thing about doing stuff like this, and doing stuff like this instead of like creating from scratch, I can create from scratch. I just think too much about it, and you should break it down, and so I need to do that. But doing stuff like this and then modding it is really great because it gets me exposed to different things, different ways, and I can look at it and be like, oh, you can use this, or Um, so it's really cool, even though I'm not like creating this from scratch. It's super cool to be able to just retype everything and see what that gets me. Okay, so we got the parsing commits done. I'm on the main. Maybe I should, what is this? Commit history, recommit history. We're going to create a new branch, commit history. And that is what we know. I figure I should stop going directly to main because of, like I mentioned earlier, the typo I introduced. So I think each section, right, or each, is going to have its own branch. So I think that's how it works. Oops. What am I doing? Why did you go down? Go back. What? What did I do? Why is this so small? I'm on Linux, and I have a Mac as my primary. And for some reason on Linux, I have not, as I'm testing this, I have not fixed my commands. So I'm so used to typing the command key on Mac because I have a personal Mac and a Mac for work. And on here, I do control key. And I've just been, for some reason, haven't changed it. So every now and then, I do something that I have no idea what I did. Mm. Mm. Yes. Um, okay. All right. So next, we're going to need to write similar objects. So let's add KVM serialize. All right. Um, def KVLM serialize. I'll go ahead and type these, but one of the things that I'm starting to learn is that I don't like the single character things, or well, not that that matters here, but it's just making me think of other stuff. So that's something I have to keep in mind. For K and KVM keys, we want to. How do y'all prefer comments? Or what's the Pythonistic, or whatever the term is, way to do stuff like this? Is it people do inline comments like that about what they have, or do they append it to the end of the line? Like this, right? Skip the message itself. So like, do you prefer this or this? I don't know. I don't know what's a good practice for it. If none, so then this is oh, see, and I forget that you can do this, right? Yeah. So if the key is empty, continue, and the val is going to be, oh yes, this is what it was. I always where is it? Where was I talking about it? Right. So if we want to append the value to the key, it's this structure that I keep forgetting, right? You name the library, you input, you know, whatever the key, and then you append the value, and it interprets it. Well, not append value, but like, the value. So this is looking at value, I believe, right? Key, dictionary. See, I need to practice dictionaries more. Because this is setting the value for that, because we reference the key. And my brain is works backwards. So I have to read everything like multiple times to make sure I get it, because for some reason, yeah. All right. Normalize to a list. So if the type val list, then oops, then we do a for loop ret, and then we add to ret k plus b plus v dot replace b new line with I can't wait until I can zip around on this keyboard. Was not cleared. Wait. Bracket, 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 bracket. Plus in. Is that right? Plus bracket, replace bracket, tick mark, bracket, bracket, plus O. All right. All right. So we add serialization to it. We're also going to need to write similar objects. Yeah. So, I'll add these block of changes as it's okay. All right. So now we move to the commit object. Now we have the parser. We can create the get commit class. I'm learning about classes now. And quote unquote private classes. The double underscore, the single underscore for internal, or variables and all that stuff. Not private class. Yeah, I'm learning all that good stuff. Okay. equals B. And then we do module deserialize self data. So unlike when I wrote the first portion of this, wait, gosh, I can kind of see what this stuff was doing when it came to classes, like the class structure, but I didn't know. And now, because I've been learning about classes, object-oriented programming in Python, I understand it vastly better. I'm still crap at it, but I understand it vastly better than when I first started this project. KVLM. Oops. Definite self. All right. Oops. Wait, what did I do? What was that? Oh wait, okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. Um. So we got this. Wait, okay, yeah, git commit object. What? Okay. Um, let's go ahead and add that. I did something in here. I did something in here. It's not whatever. Okay. I have 15 minutes left. Okay. Now we're going to do the log command. All right. So let's get that going. Oh, wait. Um, okay. Um, okay. Um, log command. We're implementing a much simpler version of log than what Git provides. Most importantly, we won't deal with representing the log at all. Instead, we'll dump graphics. How's graph.viz? We'll dump graph.viz data and let the user use dot to render the actual log. If you don't know how to use graph.viz, just paste the raw output into this site. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and add it. argsp. And like, I know when I'm done, I'll probably want to like refactor this whole project because I think this stuff can be broken out and not being this mega Python file. That's me though. I act like I know what I'm doing, but you know, I don't think it should be. I guess for purposes of doing a guide, it's much easier, right? Um, um, but yeah, see, look at that. I can't. I slip into my old ways and do the double quotes. Okay. Well, what is add? What was I even typing? Hmm. Um, arg sp.add argument default equals head. Okay. I definitely got something broken in here. I'll figure it out afterwards. I got 9 minutes left. Commit at okay. All right. So def command log args repo equals repo find print digraph log. Oh, okay. All right, and then Okay. Whoa. What was that supposed to be? Digraph? Okay. Print. Node. Shape equals right. Repo. Object. Repo. args.commit. Set. Print. All right. Okay, so I am going to call it quits there. Because I got 5 minutes left. But I'm going to squash these all anyway. But okay. All right. I'm in duh. So let's all right. Okay. So what did I do? That was yesterday. And this was just a py file. No, I had changes for the main. Okay. This is easier. Okay. Word commands. Right, left, next honk. Parse. Okay. And then this just added the serializer. Okay. Um, all right. That's it. I need to figure out what did I do in here. I broke something. I was trying to see that. And it's something from changes that I made. But I'll figure it out later. I need to go. Thanks for tuning in. Next time we'll pick up and we'll implement this. And I don't think we imported, so I guess we don't have to add anything. Okay. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. See, catch you next time if I can find OBS. All right. Later.